What's up, y'all? Let's do this.
Oh, hi guys. Welcome to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host, and today, guys, we gotta talk about that sweetheart deal that Hunter Biden got with the DOJ on his tax evasion charge and his gun charge. We gotta talk about that. And then we also gotta talk about Elon Musk on Twitter. Now he's like making a rule where if you say sis on Twitter, you're suspended on it, which is a good thing, and we got to talk about that. And then we also got to talk about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Seems now he's basically making inroads for the Democrats, and he's basically becoming a big problem for the Democrats and Biden. We got to talk about that and much more, guys. But before we go any further, guys, if you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, guys, seriously, can y'all please consider donating a cup of coffee for me? Because for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, and Cumberland Farms, guys, you guys help keep this podcast show alive. You guys help me curate more stories, more topics like this to talk about. I do accept Bitcoin donations. I am on Locals, guys. If you guys want to support and sponsor Nikki's World, that's where I also post behind the scenes content and stuff that I would not normally post on my social media sites. All right, guys. If you guys love Nikki's World so much, seriously, guys, please hit that like, subscribe. Please give me a review. Good, bad, and the ugly. Also, guys, I do have affiliate links, including Audible. So if you guys want to listen to this podcast show on Audible, you can sign up in the link in the description below. And before we get this show on the road, literally, guys, if you guys love this episode and many of my other episodes on Nikki's World, please consider sharing this across all the social media platforms that are out there today. Woo, guys. Wow, what a whirlwind of a week. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. I mean, this week I've gone through like so many interviews that it's not even fucking funny anymore. So it's like week after week I've been applying and interviewing, and it's been like getting harder and harder. And I've noticed this as a 47-year-old. It's like it's getting harder just to find work. It pretty much is, guys. It pretty much is. So I know the frustration of trying to find work, and especially in this like socialist, communist, Democrat like government that we have. Yeah, it's getting harder. It is. But I'm telling you, it is a struggle. And it is a struggle to it. So I know the pains, and I'm looking. But anyway, I'm diapered up as always. So let's get on with the show, shall we? And boy, I want to talk about this, man. I want to talk about this. Hunter Biden this week. Holy cow. Holy cow. He got a sweetheart deal that if any of us did what Hunter Biden did, we would be looking at 10 to 15 years in a federal prison system. Pretty much, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much. If you, me, and everyone in this country did what Hunter Biden did with a federal gun charge and federal tax evasion charge, you know we would all be sitting in a federal prison somewhere looking at 10 to 15 years. And at my age, if I were to do what Hunter Biden did, I wouldn't be out of prison until I'm in my 60s. I'm telling you this, guys. We don't have a justice system anymore. We don't. We essentially have a two-tier justice system where we have a justice system for the elites and a justice system for the commoners. We have a two-tier justice system. We don't have a one justice for all in this country anymore. We don't. Ever since the Pino and the illegitimate president was installed in this country, we don't have a justice for all. We seem to have a two-tier justice system where if you're a Democrat, a socialist, or a communist Democrat, or even a progressive Democrat or a liberal, you get a slap on the hand and told you don't go to jail, you go to probation, okay? You pay a huge fine, that's it. But if you're a commoner like you, me, and everyone else, and if we did the same crime they did, oh my God, I would be like what? Sitting in a cell block in some federal prison in the middle of nowhere in this country looking towards 10 to 15 years. We don't have equal justice under the law in this country. What Hunter Biden just showed in this country is that equal justice under the law doesn't apply anymore. Equal justice under the law is fucking dead. It is dead, and it has been dead ever since the Pino and the illegitimate president was installed in this country in 2020. Now, we have a two-tier justice system. We have a two-tier justice system, and you know already the black community is already up at arms over this. It's like the same black community that, well, purportedly voted for Joe Biden. Yeah, you gotta laugh at the so-called 81 million. Yeah. And then you know how the left always loves to yell white privilege or white supremacy? Well, there's your white privilege right there, bitch. There's your white privilege right there. Look at Hunter Biden. Look at what he got and what he gets to get away with. Whereas if a black person did what Hunter Biden did, oh my God, they'd be looking at years in prison, okay? They'd be looking at years and decades in prison. Look at Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes had to go to federal prison for 3 years for tax evasion, okay? Even though he was black. But Hunter Biden did the same thing. He gets a slap on the wrist. That's when you know the level of hypocrisy in this country. That's when you know that in the United States of America, we don't have an equal justice for everyone in this country anymore. We have what we call a two-tier justice system, okay? Where there's one for the elites, one for everyone else. And the elites, I mean those who have a D next to their name, or who are liberal, socialist, communist, progressive, or the Bidens or the Clintons or the Obamas. Telling you, man, it's no shocker. It's no shocker. It isn't. Even the rapper Kodiak Black, who was sentenced to 3 years for the same crime that Hunter Biden did on a federal gun charge, he's complaining too. His lawyer is complaining. He's slamming the deal, saying like this: I go to prison for 3 years on a federal gun charge, but this white guy who's the son of a president gets a slap on the wrist? Oh yeah. You know a lot of people are basically up at arms over this. You know everybody's saying, where's the justice in all this shit? Where's the justice? Where's the equal justice and equal application of the law? There isn't any anymore. There isn't. I'm sad to say this. There isn't anymore. There is no equal justice under the law. There isn't. It is not being applied effectively. And basically, we live in a two-tier justice system. In fact, I'll tell you this, guys. I'll tell you this. If being a commoner, if I were to do what Hunter Biden did, I pretty much wouldn't stand a chance in court. I pretty much wouldn't have the same lawyers as Hunter Biden has. I would be looking at 15 years in a federal prison system. Okay? I would. The fact of the matter is, in this country right now, what Hunter Biden just did, and his lawyers just did, slapped in the face of millions of Americans, especially the black, Hispanic, Asian people, and the whites, okay? Slapped everyone in the face saying, ha ha, I'm rich and privileged. I get to get away with everything. But if you did what I did, yeah, you'd be hauled off in handcuffs and sitting at a federal detention center awaiting a place for you to do your time in a federal prison in the middle of fucking godforsaken nowhere. Yeah, that just goes to show, man, the justice system that we have in this country is effectively broken. It's broken. It's been cracked to no end. It's been literally like, basically you take a plate, throw it to the wall, it's been in pieces. It has. And then you wonder why, guys. You wonder why the left wanted to defund the police, okay? Wanted to install pro-Soros leftist prosecutors and install Democrat politicians who would be soft on crime, emptying the prisons. Because they want anarchy. They want two-tier justice system. They want to make it so impossible for you, me, and everyone else to be treated equally in this country. What the DOJ just did to Hunter Biden just goes to show that nobody's treated as an equal in this country anymore. There is no equal treatment under the Constitution anymore. The Bidens, what they just did was took the Constitution and wiped it on their ass and threw it into your face. That's what they did in this country. That's why everybody in this country, including Wesley Snipes and Kodiak Black, is pissed that they had to do prison time for the shit that Hunter Biden did. And he's not getting prison time. He's getting a slap on the wrist, getting probation. Yeah. I'll say this many, many times. I'll say this many times. You'll never get treated equally in the eyes of the court. You're never. There's no equal treatment, equal justice under the law in this country. The very thought of equal justice for everyone in this country is laughable. It's a fucking joke. I would laugh at anyone who thinks the idea that, oh yeah, you're gonna get treated equally in this country. Oh, you'll get equal justice under the law. You'll get a speedy trial. Oh hell, fuck you. Oh, the fuck you are in this country right now. If any of us did what Hunter Biden did, shit, I wouldn't be sitting here right now podcasting to y'all. I'd be probably sitting at a federal prison cell, probably somewhere in the middle of what? Pennsylvania or middle of what? The Midwest? Somewhere? Telling you, man. Telling you. It pisses me off. It pisses me off that in this country, you are not treated as an equal. You are treated based on your social, racial, political, and economic class. And if you belong in the right social, political, economic, and racial class in this country, you get away with practically fucking murder. That's why you look at Antifa and BLM, for example. Antifa people, when they get arrested, oh, there ain't no jail time for these people. There ain't no thrown in prison. There ain't no like, oh, you're thrown in prison for what? 4 years, 5 years, or 10 years. There ain't none of that. They get thrown in what? 2 years in a county jail and they're out? Shit. If you see like what? A Trump supporter, conservative, libertarian, or any of the Proud Boys doing that, oh my God. They be treated like January 6th prisoners. Yeah. This is why what Hunter Biden got is a slap in the face to the January 6th prisoners. Yeah. It's a slap in the face. It makes me mad that we're being treated unequally in this country. And the Bidens are laughing at everyone in the face saying, ha ha, you can't do anything about it. Tell you, man, what's it gonna take to wake up this fucking country and realize that you are not being treated equally. You are not being treated like you should be treated under the Constitution. Instead, you're being treated like if you're a second or third class citizen, or you're treated like a commoner who doesn't have the same rights as everyone else. Telling you, man. Hunter Biden got away with scot-free, got away with practically murder, and is probably laughing at everyone else, and probably laughing at the people who probably committed the same crime as he did, but are looking at like 10 to 15 years in a federal prison somewhere. Telling you, man. Telling you. We don't have equal justice under the law. Equal justice under the law is fucking dead in this country. It's been dead since they installed the illegitimate president, and now we're seeing the clearest example of that. We are. And it like pisses me off to no fucking end. It really does, guys. It really pisses me off to no end. I mean, how can I have respect for this country when equal justice under the law is not being applied equally? How can we? Explain that to me, ladies and gentlemen. Explain that to me. How can we have equal justice under the law in this country when you got Hunter Biden getting away scot-free, okay? When you got Hunter Biden getting away with bloody murder, okay? And people are laughing at you for it. It's like, yeah, it just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, it just goes to show we do not have equal justice under the law. Equal justice under the law, as we fucking know it, is dead. It's been dead, and Wesley Snipes and Kodiak Black, the rap artist, can tell you that equal justice under the law is dead. It's dead. It has been dead, and it will always be dead in this country. Pretty much, guys. Pretty much. And I'm sorry to say this, guys. We don't have a justice system anymore. We have a kangaroo court and a kangaroo justice system. Where now we have a justice system where you're guilty until you're proven innocent, instead of innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. Now you're like guilty in the court of public opinion before you're presumed innocent in the courtroom. Trust me, it pisses me off to no ends. It pisses me off to no ends about it. It really does, guys. It really does. It really does. It really, really does, man. It really does. I mean, seriously, guys, it just pisses me off when you see people like Hunter Biden getting away with fucking murder. And you know we can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? And you know that they're laughing in our faces all the time. Okay? Other than that, guys, I want to talk about Elon Musk. Okay? I want to talk about Elon Musk and Twitter. All right? Now, for the record, we all know I am not on Twitter. Never have, never will. The last time I was on Twitter was 2018, okay? And then I got ran out by the radical left and the trans cult terrorists and the trans cult Taliban. I got ran out of that platform because of them. Ever since 2018, which is about, 6 or 7 years now, I have never stepped foot on Twitter. Never have, never will. I'll never go back on that platform regardless of what Elon Musk offers. Even if they appealed it and said, "Oh yeah, we'll let you back on the platform." Yeah, no dice, dude. No dice. You'll never get me back on the platform. You'll never get me back on Twitter. Mainly because you have the trans cult terrorists and the trans cult Taliban who are still on that platform, who are hounding, harassing, threatening, and intimidating intersex DSD people from speaking up. Pretty much. I got ran out of Twitter because of that. I got ran out of that platform because of that. And I tell you, man, that's why I am on alternative social media platform like Gab, MeWe, Minds, like Getter, Rumble, Truth Social, and Vero. I am on 7 alternative social media platforms because on those alternative social media platforms, I can speak freely. I can say stuff that if I were to say it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram, I'd be blocked and banned in less than 5 seconds. I would. But anyway, couple articles here, okay? I got 2 articles from 100%fedup.com and Redux, which is a feminist news site. Elon Musk announces cis and cisgender will now be considered slurs on Twitter. Okay? And according to the liberal dictionary, cisgender means relating to or being a person whose gender identity corresponds with the sex of the person had or was identified as having as birth. So now Elon Musk went on Twitter and said repeated targeted harassments against any account will cause the harassing account to receive at minimum temporary suspension. The words cis and cisgendered are considered slurs on this platform. Basically it's like this. The trans cult that loves to use cis and cisgender so much are now being threatened with suspensions and probably being booted out of the platform. And now they're having a fucking freaking nuclear meltdown over the fact that they won't be allowed to use those words on Twitter. You know? So the feminists have finally gotten to Elon Musk and saying, hey, this word was originally coined by a German physician who was pro-pedophilia, okay? So he used that. So they schooled him on that. And now Elon has come around and now saying that anyone who uses the word cis or cisgender on my platform, you're booted out, you're kicked out the door. So now you got trans cult members, okay, who are having a fucking freaking nuclear meltdown, okay? And they are basically like having a meltdown like no tomorrow. And they are like basically plastering all over Twitter saying like cisgender and all this shit. The reason why I don't care about the pronoun shit, because that's way too much. To me, pronouns are just basically added layers of walls to who you are. All right? If you have to use a pronoun to convey who you are, to me, that's just saying you're just like stupid. You're just mentally insane to me. To me, that just says like this. You're not being who you are. You're not being the real you. This is why many times, guys, when people ask me what my pronouns are, I give them the blank, dirty look, and I go, "What did you say?" I go, "What did you ask me?" The reason why I don't go along with the less pronoun shit or the trans cult's pronoun shit is the same reason I don't talk to schizophrenic's imaginary friend. It's that simple. It's that simple. I don't indulge on their pronoun word salad, their mumbo jumbo to confuse people so much that you don't know what's up or what's down anymore. I don't. But to me, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you will never, ever fucking freaking see me on Twitter. Even if they gave me like $1 worth of gold, you will never get me on Twitter. You'll never. Okay? You'll never. Even if they dumped $1 worth of gold in front of me, you'll never get me on that platform. And there's a reason for that. Because you have the trans cult terrorists, the trans cult Taliban, who are still on that platform, who are who are harassing, hounding, silencing, and intimidating intersex DSD people from speaking up, who are promoting pro-pedophilia shit and promoting like drag queen story hour in front of your kids. That's why you'll never see me on that platform. You never will. But I'm glad that Elon Musk is finally cracking down on the trans cult. Okay? I'm finally glad that he is basically making them eat their words, literally. And the fact that he is doing this gives me hope that maybe one day he'll clean up the platform and kick out all the smut. You know what I mean? And if he does that, I would consider it. But as of right now, I'm happy with my alternative social media platforms. I get to have a dialogue. I get to have conversation. I get to post stuff that would get me banned for 30 days on Facebook. Pretty much, guys. Pretty much. Stuff that I post on my alternative social media platforms would normally get me banned for 30 days. And I wouldn't be able to post for 30 days on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. But on my alternative social media, I'd be able to get away with it, no problem. I pretty much would. And believe me, guys, man, you have the trans activists who are having a shit fit over this. Okay? They literally are. And basically now the trans cult is having a fucking freaking nuclear meltdown. And pretty much is. Alright? Anyway, let's talk about Robert Kennedy Jr., man. Let's talk about him, man. I mean, holy cow. Holy cow. Alright? Robert F. Kennedy Jr., man, in my opinion, guys, the only reason why the Democrats are afraid of having Joe Biden debate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. because the Kennedys would wipe the living floor out of Joe Biden. Literally, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. would basically mop the living floor out of him, and the Democrats would be left wetting their damn diapers. Okay? They literally would. Because I'm telling you right now, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is already nipping the heels of Joe Biden. Even Gateway Pundit, I'll read you the headline here. Biden in trouble. Huge line of people waiting to watch Robert Kennedy Jr. Yep. It just goes to show people are fed up with him, with Joe Biden. Okay? And even the Washington Examiner, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. campaign tests the limits of speech and censorship in the 2024 election. Because here's the thing. The liberal social media, who are all on the pro-vaccine, pro-mask, okay, are doing all they fucking can to shut this guy down. They literally are. And I'm telling you this, guys. There's no low for big tech and the liberal media. Okay? The reason why they're trying to shut down Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is because they know that if Joe Biden ever has to debate Robert Kennedy Jr., they're getting their ass whipped. And it's going to be basically a WWE Royal Rumble match. And boy, I would pay to see that. I I would pay to see Robert F. Kennedy Jr. debate Joe Biden and watch the Democrats like wet their diapers, okay? And probably like this, guys, they would probably need to put a diaper changing station like for the Democrats when they have to bring Joe Biden to debate Robert Kennedy Jr. Because right now you got the liberal media who is basically silencing anyone who talks about Robert Kennedy Jr., whether on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, well, not Twitter, but Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So they're going to have to finally realize the Kennedys are back. The Kennedys are trying to bring back the style of America that they never heard in their entire life. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, believe me, guys, the only reason, okay, why the media hates Robert Kennedy Jr., because they have nothing on the Kennedys. They have nothing on the Kennedy family, okay? The Kennedy family, in my opinion, could smack the Democrats upside the head so hard that by the time their hand got back, Democrats would be like falling on the ground and crying to their mommy in their wet diaper. Because I'm telling you, man, the reason why they're trying to shut up Robert F. Kennedy Jr. so much is because they fucking know that if they have to go to a primary, the Democrats are fucking done. They're finished. That's why they're so desperate to try to shut up Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and do what they did to Bernie Sanders. And yes, I do feel sorry for Bernie Sanders supporters, okay? What Joe Biden did to his supporters, I wouldn't be surprised if they declared war on the Biden supporters. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because I'm telling you, man, if the Democrats did what they did to Bernie Sanders in 2019 and 2020, wouldn't be surprised if they attempted to do the same thing. Wouldn't be surprised at all, ladies and gentlemen. But seriously, man, we all know, man. We all know, okay? We all know that if Robert F. Kennedy Jr. had to run for president, had the votes, and basically garnered enough votes from both the Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, regardless if Biden, Trump, or DeSantis ran, in my opinion, the Kennedy name alone will garner enough people to vote for him that would leave Biden, Trump, and DeSantis in the dustbins. It would. Because here's the reason for this, guys. People want the Kennedy era back. They want the Kennedy era Democrat back. And if you don't know what the Kennedy era Democrat means, guys, read up on the history of his uncle, President John F. Kennedy, and what he did for this country. Read up on his policies, man. That's the kind of policies that people want in this country. That's the kind of policies that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. wants to bring back. And people are going like this. What your uncle did, we want that kind of policies back into this country. The rhetoric and divide is reminiscent of the kind of rhetoric and divide that we saw back in the 60s and 70s. And with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and channeling his dad, Bobby, and his uncle, John, pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, pretty much, You, the Democrats are shitting their pants right now. They're pretty much, because they know that if Robert Kennedy surpasses Joe Biden in poll numbers, he's done. Joe Biden is effectively finished. He'll be a one-term like installed like president, not duly elected. I can't say he was duly elected because the votes were stolen and the votes were rigged. To me, I think like this. We never had an effective government in this country. We never did. But in any case, I want to talk about this article from the New York Post. Okay? Black college grad's mic drop goes viral after a scuffle with white educator. Okay? There seems to be like this. A black college graduate mic drop moment has gone viral, showing her grabbing the microphone from a white educator who apparently didn't allow her to say her full name. Okay? Kadia Imam, a digital creator with an OnlyFans account and more than 18,000 followers on TikTok, was seen snatching the mic from a stunned white woman who tries in vain to keep holding it. I sit there and I go like this. To the future employers out there in this country, if this person applies to your job with if she applies to your company, I suggest you look at this video and what she did on graduation. Do you want to hire this person? I mean, do you really want to hire these people after what she did? I don't think so. I'd have to sit there and go like this. What employer out there in this country would hire someone who do something like this and post it on video? I sit there and I go like this. These people are an example of narcissism. Okay? And to me, narcissism is a bigger pandemic than COVID put together. It is. Narcissism is the biggest pandemic that we are facing right now. It is a public health threat to me. It pretty much is, guys. It pretty much is. And to me, guys, this person just goes to show she shouldn't be graduating college. If she's going to act like this, I go like this. Do I want her as a co-worker? I mean, how many people in the workforce right now? Raise your hand and let me know in the comments below. Would you want this person as a co-worker? I certainly wouldn't. If she's going to act like this, all self-centered and narcissistic, and what she did on her college graduation, do I want her? Hell no. I don't want her. I'd be like, yeah, right, dude. Yeah, right. I wouldn't want her. Sorry. I'd be like, no, thank you. I don't want to deal with her. I don't want to deal with her bullshit and all this shit. I don't. You, me, everyone else can deal with her. You can. But me, no. I wouldn't want her as a co-worker. I wouldn't want her because look at the shit that she did. Would I want her as a co-worker? No, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. I wouldn't want her. So that's why I looked at that and I said like this. Wouldn't want her as a co-worker. Nope. And if I were the employers out there and looking at college grads, I certainly wouldn't be hiring her anytime soon. I certainly wouldn't, guys. I certainly wouldn't. Yep, I wouldn't. I wouldn't, But anyway, before we go for the day, okay, guys. Before we go, all right. I want to say like this. I want to really say like this, man. It's been a struggle trying to find work. It really has, man. It really has been a struggle. I've been trying to find work. It's been difficult and pretty much next to impossible. I've been constantly applying for work, putting my resume out there, going to interviews, hoping that I get a phone call, text, or email back saying, "Hey, we like to offer you a job." But sadly, guys, the way I look at it, I'm looking like it's a struggle. It is. It is for me. And to me, it's always going to be a struggle. It's always going to be like a struggle to find work. The struggle to find a job. The struggle to make a living, to ink a living. It pretty much is, guys. It pretty much is. And to me, I'm going to look at this as like basically a fight just to get a job. Okay? I pretty much is, man. I just wish that an employer would give me a fair chance at a job. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, you are allowed a probationary period, whether 6 months or so. Okay? And I would love that an employer would give me like a tryout period for 6 months. If they don't like me within 6 months, I could sign a paper saying, "Hey, I'm not going to complain. I'll just say, hey, I tried out for the job. I wasn't a good fit." And they said, "Hey, at least we tried you out. And no hard feelings." But it just seems like now trying to find a job is a struggle. It is. It pretty much is a struggle. It pretty much is. But in any case, this weekend, I thought this weekend I got things I gotta do, but it seems like it's getting rained out, and Mother Nature just put a damper on the weekend. I mean, I wish Mother Nature would cooperate once in a while. I wish she did, but now it looks like it isn't going to happen. Yeah, it pretty much isn't. But in any case, I just gotta hope it does get better. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping, praying that I get a job offer. If I do, I'd be happy. I'd be happy as hell. Okay? I'd be happy. But right now, it's a struggle. It is. It is a huge struggle. And it's basically one of those things that I'm struggling right now in life. Struggling to have a job, struggling to have a career, and knowing that I came from a disadvantaged community and disadvantaged like family. Yeah. Knowing that, I know that like this, I didn't come from a family that had the advantage or community that gave me opportunities, gave me access, or like gave me open doors for me. Didn't have all that, guys. I really didn't. But it's a struggle, and I'm hoping that I could land a job. Okay, I'm hoping that I can. It's a huge struggle. It pretty much is. All right. So anyway, I thank you guys for listening to Nikki's World. I'm Nikki, your host. I gotta do a diaper change, as always, because I'm probably like leaking. So yeah, I gotta do a diaper check and possibly a diaper change. I will see y'all soon. Bye for now. You just listened to an episode of Nikki's World. Thanks for listening. We'll see y'all soon. Bye for now.